Hi YouTube, welcome to day 26 of my birthday countdown vlog. 14 more days until I turn 40. So yes, I'm still in San Francisco, as you can see by the weird vlog, but I found a way of not having to hold the camera myself. I'm missing my tripod a lot right now. Anyway, so when I was 14, that's 1986, first half of that year I was in 8th grade, and then I graduated from 8th grade, and then started high school later that year. At the beginning of the year, in 8th grade, one of the funny things that happened was I had a big crush on one of my classmates that year. And my teacher kept sitting me next to different people and constantly having problems. Everybody in the classroom sat next to each other. If I sat with a girl, we were always chattering a lot, which annoyed the teacher to no end, obviously. And when I was sat next to a boy, well, the boy would always tease me. The boys loved to torment me in 8th grade. And so the teacher was, basically at his wit's end, like, where am I going to sit you? And I had a suggestion. I says, well, why don't you sit me next to this boy? He, I know, isn't going to tease me, because he's always been kind of nice to me, and because he's a boy, I probably won't chat with him very much. So and the teacher was like, alright, fine, I'll try that. I mean, he knew, the teacher, he wasn't stupid. He probably knew I had a crush on this boy. But he also knew that by sitting me next to that boy, because I really wanted to sit next to him, that I would be on my best behavior, so that I wouldn't get moved again in the classroom. So my scheme worked, and I got to sit next to the boy the rest of the year until we graduated, which was so cool. And then that summer actually is when I first started babysitting. I was, like I said, I was 14, and we went to the wedding of our local church's, the pastor's daughter got married, and everyone in the congregation was invited. I mean, there was only 20 people who ever came to the Sunday services at any given time anyway, so it wasn't that hard to accommodate all of us, plus the just two sides of the families. And they got married in the church, and then we all carpooled out to one of the suburbs at Grays Lake for the reception. It was like one of these really super fancy places with 4 or 5 course sit-down dinner and dancing and everything. It's one of the fanciest weddings I'd ever been to at that point. And the people who we rode with to get out there, because we didn't have a car, actually they had 2 sons. And they said, well, you know what, we're looking for a babysitter, and you're 14, how would you like to babysit our 2 sons? And I was like, sure. And I think they were paying me $2 an hour to do that, $1 per child per hour. And that was my first real babysitting gig, and those boys were really good. We had a lot of fun together. I was one of those babysitters who liked to play with the children. I played with them, I read them stories, and the parents actually gave me permission to take them out to get ice cream. The first house they were living in when I started babysitting them, they were like a block down the street from a Baskin Robbins. So every now and again, not every time, but every now and again, like once a month or so, especially when it was summer, I could take them out after I gave them dinner, and we would get ice cream. And then after we got back, we would play for a while, and then I would read them bedtime stories, and they would go to sleep, and then the parents usually didn't get home until midnight. So I actually got to stay up late, because my grandmother still didn't want me staying up much past 10, even at that age. So I liked it. It was a lot of fun. And then I got to start high school, which was really awesome, because with high school, my grandmother actually wanted to go with me my first day of high school, because the high school was so far away. It wasn't walking distance. I actually had to take 2 buses or a train and a bus to get there. And it freaked her out to no end that I was going that far away by myself for the first time. And I was like, absolutely not. You are not going with me. She may or may not have shadowed me on the way there. She might have gotten on a bus behind me or something. I don't know. She used to do that when I was in elementary school as well, and I caught her a couple of times. So she might have actually been shadowing me and making sure I was okay. But I didn't catch her, so, you know, good for her for, you know, either not going after me or remaining well hidden. But I would have been mortified if she had come with me that day, because that would have marked me the rest of my high school career, and so that's the last thing I needed. But yeah, that was 1986 for me. Alright, I better get going. I've got a conference to go to, so until tomorrow, bye.